So if pursuing and obeying the Bible, if we have the Bible that should resolve things, then why is it that so many people who have the Bible, they're not in unity with one another? Well, that's because of our third core value that we need to be observing, and that is to respect the interpretation process. If you missed it, I covered that this past Sunday. I'll be covering it again with some additional details this Sunday on the fact that just because you have a Bible verse or a reference doesn't mean you have a handle on what Jesus is wanting us to do. So how do I get the right meaning? Because I can't just make the Bible mean whatever I want it to mean. Because sometimes it's like we treat the Bible as a something to back us up on our own personal viewpoints, and that's not what the Bible's supposed to be. The Bible is supposed to be the viewpoint, and in trying to get an understanding of it, sometimes we completely miss what the meaning of the Bible is, and then we get in disunity with each other, and we kind of see each other as less or not being for God's plan, because we think that if someone's on the opposite side of a viewpoint and I have the Bible on my side, well, then they must be unbiblical. Is that really the case? And so there are principles that we need to utilize to interpret Scripture, and we need to understand how to get the correct meaning out of it. There's hard issues that surface. All those are in the Sunday messages that I encourage you to listen to. But when you go to the Bible, ask the question, what does this actually mean? And have the heart of whatever it says, I'm willing to surrender to, even if that means me losing in some way, or me losing control in some way, or it not going my way. I want to know what the Bible actually means. So what does it mean? What did the author intend his audience, the people he was actually writing to get from what he was saying? How was he using the words he was using? What's the point of the details of the story, the details of the symbolism and the figurative language? What is the point of it? Because I want to surrender to God's way. And if we don't get there, then we can't move as one, and we cannot impact the world and bring the value that we want to bring to it and bring to each other. So we need to respect that interpretation process. And another aspect of that is that I need to understand the Bible in groups. Not that the group gets to decide what the Bible means, but because I am flawed in predominantly two ways, and that's all of us. That one is that we all have sinful flesh, and so we tend to lean towards selfishness and some problematic attitudes and behaviors. But also we are limited in our knowledge and understanding of things, and so there's just ways that we miss things. And so since we're limited, we need to do something about that limitation. And so instead of me just getting away from everybody else and going to the Bible to get the answers, which we should go to the Bible to get the answers, but I should also go to other people, other Christians, to find out what their take is on the verses, on my interpretation of these verses, to see what other people are seeing, because maybe they're seeing something that I am not seeing. And by me gaining perspective in those interactions that should take place in small groups, Bible studies, just conversation with other Christian friends, in those circles, I should begin to gain perspective that increases the likelihood that I'm going to get the right meaning out of Scripture. And then if we're going to hold each other accountable, we have to make sure that it's what the Bible actually says, and we have to cooperate with one another. And I think that if we let the Bible speak to us what Jesus wants, we will begin to move as one, and Bethel will begin to make an impact by bringing value and bringing people and creating a safe space to make life better. I hope you want that. If you're with me on that, maybe just give me a like, let me know, or leave a comment, or if you have any questions or any other input on that, leave that in comments as we continue to grow and establish our core values and habits that we need to have to pursue spiritual growth and numerical growth for God's kingdom. Thanks for being a part of this journey. God bless you.